So, what does magic feel like? How do we sense it? How can we tell that it's working and that we're manipulating these magical energies? Now, coming up with this topic had me going back all the way to 2007. Wow, really long time ago. Um, but that was one of the first kinds of questions that I asked when I started to kind of understand that magic was something that you could do. When I was learning about like Wicca and paganism and stuff like that, and I got access to the first three books that I ever um, actually opened up about witchcraft and paganism. So this was when I was just, a runt at this stuff, way before where I am now. Um, so, anywho's, what does magic feel like? Now, when you're in a ritual and you're going through the motions of like casting a circle and even doing spells out of a book, if you want to start with, you know, books like any of those, not mine because I don't have pre-described spells in there. I teach you how to do spells. I don't teach you spells to do. Um, just a little shameless plug, but it's my channel because that's what I do here. Anyway, when you're going through the motions and you're reading a script or something and you're lighting a candle or whatever and you're supposed to focus on an intent or something, chances are when you start doing these things you're going to go through the motions and you're going to hold on to the belief that what you're doing is going to work. Now, as you get more and more skilled, you will begin to notice other things. So when you're in ritual and you're working on a spell for whatever it is, when you are raising energy for that spell, through like dancing or chanting or any number of activities, as long as they cause you to use energy of your body, be it mental energy or physical energy, which would actually be chemical energy that turns into physical energy, but we're getting too much into science with that. When you do these things, you want to feel an emotional height, heightenedness. You want to feel an excitement in terms of a certain emotion. Now, that's the main idea of what you feel in magic with energy, but you might also feel things like a sense of like buzzing or a thickness. Like if you've ever opened up to any like beginner pagan book, one of the biggest things that they always start you off with is feeling energy. And one of those biggest things is if you rub your hands together, like this, and then they say that's activating energy centers or the chakras in your hands or blah 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 blah, what have you. And then you go like this and you feel a little fuzziness on your hands. And for me, it's like barely there in my right hand because I'm disabled. But hey, that's when intent and belief comes in. And, over time, I've been able to feel it more. But anyway, as you're feeling the energy like this and you bring it closer, now you might feel like a thickness or something start to build. I'm starting to feel it about here. And that's the quote energy in your hands, right? That you get an idea of how to put that energy into an object. So if you're charging a sigil or something, you would have your hands over the sigil, like a triangle or however you want to do it, different traditions and whatever. And you put your hands on like a candle or an object or whatever you're doing. If you're charging like a talisman or a necklace or a sigil or what have you, the idea is that you want to feel something there. Now, is this a psychodramatic thing? Arguably, yes. It's a way of getting your body to sense something that it's not normally able to sense. And it's getting your mind opened up to the idea that there are more things out there than, the regular five senses. Arguably there are, but once again, we're getting way more into science there. But the idea is these extrasensory things, such as being able to feel and manipulate energy. And the more that you practice with reciting rituals and spells, the more that you're going to feel that emotion heightness, the more that you're going to make note of something maybe feeling a little warmer or a thickness in the air. Or you might even get more things that are like out of character, like feeling wind in a room that doesn't have any wind, or when you have your eyes closed and you see like a light flicker or something. These are all things that you open yourself up to in time when you work with magic more and more. So a lot of times when you begin working with magic, you're kind of going through the motions and you're bringing up these energies that your body doesn't exactly understand yet. You know, it's as if a blind person was all of a sudden able to see. Someone who was blind since birth and whatever, they were suddenly able to see. Well, it's very, very new. Or somebody who didn't have a sense of smell, all of a sudden we turn their sense of smell on. What is this? What is this? What is this strange sensation in my face? It's like that. So we're getting ourselves used to these different senses of what else is out there that we have opened ourselves up to by starting to work with magic. Now, working with magic requires us to open ourselves up and practice working with these new senses. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. One is working with spells as often as you possibly can, experimenting with a bunch of different ways of doing spells from candles, cords, sigils, what have you, all those different things, even different systems if you want to explore different things. But meditating to clear your mind so you are able to be more in control of what's going on here and what you're sensing and what you're feeling rather than letting your mind run its little hamster wheel all the time. Even visualization practice, being able to close your eyes in front of a candle and see the light flickering and try to picture the candle. We're focusing on a simple image and trying to picture that image. And once you can visualize different things in your mind's eye, for those that don't have the ability to visualize, you got to go more with the intent and the feeling. But for those of us that can visualize, visualization helps us to manipulate energies because when we picture something in our mind and we command it to happen, it's more likely to happen. That's why hand-eye coordination works. If I'm going to reach my hand over and grab my phone, I'm going to look at my phone and I'm going to subconsciously tell my hand to reach out and grab my phone, right? So it's the same thing with your intent being able to see your hands and moving that energy. And it's really good when we tie a physical sensation with it. So when we're moving energy, we're moving our bodies because we're much more used to moving our bodies around. So when we do that, we manipulate energies with it. And if you really want to dive deep into that, get Magical Movement. It's my book that's a little bit of an update to Handy Sigil Magic, where it takes Handy Sigil Magic and makes it movement magic for the entire body, for the entire ritual. So this has been a video on how magic feels and some tips and tricks on how you can improve your ability to feel energy and manipulate it. So let me know what you think down in the comments. You guys can request any videos down there. You can join my channel membership for some perks. You can support me on Patreon for even more perks than that. And you can send me an email if you have any questions, comments, complaints, concerns, or issues. Good hunting. Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.